All right, folks, I am Tom Downey. You can follow me on Twitter at WhatGoingDowney for more Cowboys coverage. We will now do our live Q&A here on Facebook and on YouTube, so use hashtag Cowboys in the comments section. That is how producer Dom can help find your questions more easily. So use hashtag Cowboys. We'll scroll through them here, and I'll answer them rapid fire again. I have not seen them, so you'll get the off-the-cuff answers from me. First up, Kyle Clemens. Would we have cap room for Earl Thomas and Landon Collins? You would have room for both, but not like anybody else. I don't know if either guy, I don't think Collins is the open market, so you could sign both, but it's going to cost you multiple of Amari Cooper, Byron Jones, maybe even DeMarcus Lawrence. That's not a move that I want to make. ETCH Family Guy, is Jason Garrett still on the hot seat this offseason? If he doesn't get an extension, then absolutely. I thought he was going to. Now I'm not so sure. In fact, now I kind of doubt it. So I kind of think that, yeah, he is a bit on the hot seat. Troy Guerrera says, release Beasley, get back Switzer. Personal pet peeve of mine. You're not releasing him. He's already a free agent, but I know what you mean there. I don't see Pittsburgh trading away Ryan Switzer, though. So go draft somebody else in the slot. You kind of blew it with Switzer as it is. Graham Preddy, if Garrett becomes the new play caller, do we actually see anything new? They run the same scheme. I think Kellen Moore and Doug Nussmeier will bring in new ideas. Now, no, the Cowboys aren't going to have a suddenly Saints or Rams or Chiefs offense. It's going to be a lot of the same core, but we saw good plays that were different from the Cowboys. Can we see more of those? Can we see more motion? Can we not see 4th and 1 running it right at Aaron Donald every play? I think you will. I certainly hope so. If you don't, then it's more of the same. At that point, the Cowboys actually probably miss the playoffs and Garrett gets fired. Johnny Lopez. Will Travis Frederick have the same impact when he returns? You're right, Looney did do well this year. I do think Frederick comes back. Maybe not quite 100% immediately, but I think you're going to see very similar to the same old Travis Frederick. He's going to have plenty of time to rehab. Again, had the offseason been right now for Frederick, I think he would have been working his way backward. I think he would have been on the field practicing, or at least going through workouts and all that. He's on a very good rehab track. I'm not overly concerned about Travis Frederick going forward. Jesse Ortiz, should the Cowboys franchise tag Amari Cooper? I just extend him. It's going to be about the same price tag. Your franchise tag is kind of your fallback option there, but I'd extend Amari Cooper. And one general note here, by the way, the longer you wait to extend a player, the more money it ends up costing you because the salary cap goes up, and now you're paying an extra $1 or $2 million for those high-end players. Tornado Tim, should the Cowboys make a run and get Earl Thomas? I think they're going to try. I think in the end, money is going to be the issue here. The Cowboys, they are very good overall about scheduling out their cap in advance. So they're going to look ahead and be like, okay, how much do we actually have here so we can also afford Dak Prescott and Amari Cooper and possibly Byron Jones as well? That is one thing to watch out there for. I think they'll make a run at him, but if he wants 11, 12, 13 million, I think that might price him out of the Cowboys' range. Ultra Mad, and I've seen this one before, by the way, from other people. What if the Dez catch wasn't overturned? Would Romo still be the starter? No, because his back would have broken down anyway. It wasn't a talent thing with Tony. It's that he couldn't stand the field anymore. If Romo was playing right now, I think he would have another broken back. He is too brittle at this point. I love him forever, but his body just did not support him enough. If he was able to stay healthy, he still has the talent to be playing, but the body failed him. Fishing with Biggin. I like that name. Cowboys, hashtag Cowboys, what's the possibility of going after Kareem Hunt? I don't think they will. I don't think they want to deal with that. He's a talented player. I think from Kareem Hunt's perspective, too, I assume some teams will want him. He's not going to play behind Zeke Elliott. So I know it's the, Cowboys take risks on trouble guys motif, but I don't think he makes much sense given their current roster construction. They have an elite back. He'd make more sense going somewhere else. Jeremy Rowland, what are the chances of getting Rodney Anderson? I am very curious about Rodney Anderson's stock and where he ends up going, because if you ignore the injuries, he's the best back in this year's class. The problem is he's always hurt. I think that's going to push him down, maybe even to round 4, round 5, at which point, if I'm Dallas, I am strongly considering adding Rodney Anderson to be the backup, hoping he can stay healthy. Fly Dion. Should we consider bringing back Dez or signing Cameron Meredith? And what are your thoughts on Mark Ingram as a backup? So, lot to answer here. I'll start with Dez. I mentioned that a little bit ago. I don't think it'll happen, but at least a little bit more options there. At least it's a bit of a possibility. Cam Meredith, for now, is under contract. I'm not that interested because he's never healthy. I think you can get somebody else better. And as for Mark Ingram, well, I'm not paying money to a halfback to be a backup. I don't want to do that. I don't think you even want an Alvin Kamara, Mark Ingram type split. Zeke is a workhorse. He's never really hurt. He limps off sometimes, but he never misses games. I'm not throwing $7-8 million at Mark Ingram to get 15 snaps again. That's just not good cap management. Chris Shaw. Don't slot receivers tend to go undrafted or in late rounds? Well, some do, and oftentimes it's the slow ones, the ones that are, more quick than fast. But in this year's class in particular, there are a lot of slot receivers that can fly. Andy Isabella, Terry McLaurin, Penny Hart, Deebo Samuel. These are not your old school prototype. He's not that big, he's small, and he's short. He's not even a Ryan Switzer type. These are more dynamic athletes playing out of the slot. So for guys like a Cole Beasley or someone like that, sure, maybe they go undrafted. Yeah, heck, maybe Cole's not even the best option there. But these guys are more dynamic. They're going to go early. Today's show was brought to you by BetDSI, the internet's #1 sportsbook. Head over to chatsports.com/bet. Use promo code Cowboys120 for a 120% deposit bonus. Put down $50 and they're going to give you $60 for free. Put down $100 and they'll give you $120. And then big bonus time, if you use Bitcoin, be a big Bitcoin baller, they'll give you a 150% bonus. So you put down $100 and it's going to be $150. And we know not everyone knows how to use Bitcoin. I understand. Just DM us on Twitter @ChatSports. We'll help you guys out, walk you through it there. It's worth it for the extra $30 for putting in $100, because that there you're just playing with even more house money than you would normally. Back now to our live mailbag here on Facebook and YouTube. David Gola, who is your all-time favorite Cowboys post triplets? Okay, so not including the Troy and Emmett and Aikman era. Okay, and Irvin era. Obviously, I love Tony Romo, if you guys don't know that already. I'm a big Zeke Elliott fan. I'm a big Sean Lee fan in particular. I always had a soft spot for Dat Wynn, too, for whatever reason. Maybe I just like my middle linebackers, but those are probably some of the guys on that list there. I like all those players, but if I had to pick one, it'd probably be Tony Romo, because he did get him out of the doldrums of that god-awful post-Aikman quarterback era. Antonio Miles, how much longer should we give Dak a chance to prove he is our future quarterback? Well, what if I told you that the Cowboys think Dak has already proved that? And in terms of the numbers, they're actually not all that wrong. So I won't go too much into that, but I think in reality, just get used to Dak being your franchise quarterback. Matt S. asks, Cowboys right tackle in round 2 or 3? I don't think so. I'd say more like round 4, 5. I think that they like Landon Collins a lot, who was much better down the stretch for the Cowboys. They like Tyron Smith, who, when healthy, remains a really good left tackle, besides some bad holding penalties. So from the Cowboys' perspective, I don't think they're looking for one. I think they're looking for a swing tackle. I'd say round 4, round 5. Maybe in 2019, if they do lose Landon Collins, they spend a high pick. D-True1-DC for life. Any rumors or news about Sean Payton coming to Dallas? We'll recap this one from earlier. Don't get your hopes up. There will always be Sean Payton Cowboys speculation, just like there will always be a variety of speculations with various teams. Payton to the Cowboys, that one's never going to die, really. But any move or trade, it's not going to happen this year. Now, maybe at some point down the road, the Cowboys revisit that. And if and when Garrett gets fired, Sean Payton, #1 on my list, #1 on every single Cowboys fan's list. But right now, I don't think it happens there, so I'm not banking on that one. All right, back to longtime watcher Johnny Lopez. Again, thank you all for watching here live on Facebook and on YouTube. In your opinion, which side of the ball really needs more attention, offense or defense? We have a top 10 D, but still need work supposedly. I think overall, factoring all the different needs, it's the offense. At the same time, the defense isn't perfect, right? And I'm looking at defensive tackle, maybe like a round 5, round 6, round 7 linebacker depth pick. Maybe looking at a safety as well. But on offense, maybe tight end. Receiver is a big need. Backup running back, backup offensive lineman. So all in all, offense needs more attention, but you also don't want to necessarily totally neglect the defensive side of the ball. Ultra Madden, if Dez did come back, would things even be better? Dak always wanted, I think he means Dez always wanted the ball, and Dak's not a deep thrower like Romo was. In the end, I don't think things would be that much better, which is why I don't think it would actually end up happening. Look, for whatever reason, Dak Prescott and Dez Bryant, they just were never on the same page in the back shoulder throw. That was the most unstoppable throw in the NFL. Tony Romo from the 5 or so yard line to Dez Bryant single coverage. It was unguardable because Romo and Dez had it down pat. And because the NFL's tough and chemistry fluctuates between players, Dak and Dez never quite figured it out. So that's kind of why I don't think it happens. I don't think much would have changed by now. If anything, it's probably gotten worse from being apart. Kelly Jackson, do you think Michael Gallup will be a better target going forward after his breakout game against the Rams? I certainly hope so. I hope that is the case for the Cowboys. I like Michael Gallup, and the thing I like the most about Gallup, I saw steady improvement. He got a little bit better each game. Didn't always show up in the box score, but he always seemed better to me on film. And most importantly, against the Rams, the deep ball worked a little bit better. Dak and Gallup were off by this much a couple different times, sometimes on Gallup, sometimes on Dak. The deep ball just wasn't quite there. I think, though, that next year with a full offseason of work together, it'll be there all the way. And I think Cooper, Gallup, plus a new slot potentially, it's actually a really good trio at wide receiver. Richard Hovland, are there any good free agent tight ends available? If not, what about the draft? Asking about Jason Witten's replacement. I will say in general, don't assume you're ever going to get another prime Jason Witten. That was a very rare tight end, a surefire Hall of Famer. In terms of free agency, I wouldn't mind Tyler Eifert. Injuries are a big concern there, obviously. But if he's healthy, he's really good, especially in the red zone. So I would look at him. If not, it's a very strong tight end class. I don't think you get an Irv Smith Jr. out of Alabama or the Iowa guys, Noah Fant or TJ Hawkinson. Maybe a Caden Smith, maybe a Caleb Wilson, who I don't love necessarily. Some other sleeper small school guys like a Dak Shepard. So I don't think you're going to spend an early round pick on tight end. I am down with another round 3, round 4, round 5. Don't take one in round 2. Round 2 tight ends are cursed for the Cowboys. They just cannot hit on it for whatever reason. Hey Cowboys fans, thanks for watching the Cowboys Report. If you haven't already, click right here to subscribe to our channel for all the best Cowboys coverage on the internet. That's news, rumors, highlights, mailbags, film studies, and a whole lot more. And I'm making your lives a little bit easier as well with the next Cowboys Report video right here.